I'm sorry guys, I just want to see them do some crazy performances. I want to see them compete.
I'm saying I don't wanna come down from your love. We'll get lost together, let me find. Don't ever let me come down from your love. From your love, from your love.
Hey guys, it's Bree here, back with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. In today's video, I'm here to discuss the announcement of Queendom Season 2. If you're not familiar with Mnet's Queendom, the series first aired in 2019, and it was a performance-based competition survival show featuring numerous female idols. The series featured Park Bom from 21, girl groups AOA, Mamamoo, Lovelyz, Oh My Girl, and Idol. Mamamoo ended up winning the show, and it aired for 10 episodes. Now, because Queendom Season 1 did so well, garnered so much attention, and had such great viewership ratings both internationally and domestically in Korea, Mnet obviously wanted to capitalize on the show's success, and they followed up with two spin-offs, Road to Kingdom and Kingdom Legendary War. If you're not new to my channel, you've probably seen my series where I broke down every episode of Kingdom Legendary War, but if you haven't checked it out, I will link the playlist to all of my videos on that series as a card here so you can check it out. So on February 2nd, Mnet announced that Queendom would be returning for a second season. They also released a trailer on the Mnet official YouTube channel, announcing that the first episode will air on March 31st at 9:20 p.m. Korean Standard Time. The MC for this series will be Taeyeon from Girls' Generation, and I'm so excited to see her MC. I'm sure she'll do great. Who doesn't love Taeyeon? So besides Mnet announcing the premiere of Queendom 2, a few industry insiders came out on February 4th, and they announced that Mnet is actually in the process of finalizing their lineup. They have met with a few girl groups. Vivi's, who is debuting on February 9th, and that is actually a girl group that contains 3 former members of *G*Friend, itsy, Brave Girls, and Kep1er. Now, this lineup is not confirmed. The representatives from Mnet working on Queendom are just in the process of finalizing the lineup, like I mentioned before, so they're probably just talking to different groups and figuring out what they want to do. In response to this report that was made by industry insiders, officials from Queendom 2 stated, "It's true that we're exploring options of several girl groups, but nothing has been confirmed yet." So now I just want to give you my personal opinion on the rumored lineup of Queendom 2 being Vivi's, itsy, Brave Girls, and Kep1er. Now, to be honest, I think this would be a great opportunity for Vivi's if they do appear on the show. Like I mentioned before, Vivi's features 3 former members of *G*Friend, Eunha, Shinbi, and Eunji, so I think this would be a great way for them to promote their group. I'm sure a lot of former fans of *G*Friend will be checking out their debut, but I think that appearing on Queendom could potentially bring in a wider fan base and bring in more people that would want to tune into their journey as a new group. itsy. Now, I've seen varying opinions on itsy potentially showing up on Queendom. A lot of people are saying it makes sense that itsy should participate. As you know, if you've watched Queendom or any of the seasons of Kingdom, it's a very performance-heavy competition, and we know that the members of itsy are great dancers, so I think that they would fit in very well as far as that. However, some people are voicing the opinion that it wouldn't really be fair for itsy to compete, especially if the other girl groups involved are smaller girl groups, either with smaller fan bases or from smaller companies. Now, to that, I will say this. We should remember what happened during Kingdom Legendary War. Yes, there were groups with smaller fandoms such as SF9, even B2B, but Stray Kids participated in Kingdom Legendary War, and everyone knows that Stray Kids has a huge international fan base, and that international fan base did kind of give them a leg up when it came to fan-based voting. So I don't think it's that strange or out of the ordinary or unbelievable that itsy could potentially be participating in Queendom 2, because Stray Kids did, and they have a huge fan base as well. Now, Brave Girls. To be honest, I would love to see Brave Girls in the lineup. Brave Girls is a senior idol group. They've been in the industry for a while. They had an amazing redemption arc with their single Rollin' surprisingly blowing up like 4 years, I believe, after it was released. And I think it would be really great for Brave Girls to appear on Queendom and to kind of carry on their success story, gain more fans, because I think a lot of people have kind of almost quickly gotten over Brave Girls' incredible comeback story. story. Everyone was talking about it in 2021. Everyone was so happy that Brave Girls started charting again and were coming on music shows. The fact that they were able to not disband because of their sudden unexpected success. But it's 2022 now, and I would love to see Brave Girls on Queendom to kind of continue that success story, hopefully. Now, the last girl group, Kepler. To be honest, I'm kind of a little surprised that Mnet is in talks with Kepler, but then again, I'm not. Kepler, as you know, is the group that came out of Girls Planet 999, so it's not strange that Mnet would go to speak to them about possibly participating in the competition, being that Mnet is the reason that the group was put together. However, part of me is kind of like, isn't this too soon? Kepler literally just debuted last month in January, and now they're going to be participating on a competition show based on this rumored lineup, girl groups that are a lot more seasoned than them. So I kind of have mixed feelings. I think it would be good for Kepler in a way, specifically because if you followed Girls Planet 999, you know that the Korean viewership rating for the show was very low. Not a lot of Koreans were tuning in, and I also don't think that Kepler has a big Korean fan base compared to an international fan base. So this could be a way for Kepler to appear on the show and maybe get some more domestic fans. However, I am a little worried because I don't really know if they would be able to hang in there with the more seasoned idols and girl groups, as I mentioned before. So now I want to briefly discuss the groups that I personally would like to see on Queendom Season 2. I've already mentioned Brave Girls. Like I said, I think that you definitely should have a senior group in the competition. For example, like I mentioned before, I watched Kingdom Legendary War, and B2B was the senior group in that competition, and I think the dynamics between them and some of the junior groups worked really well. Now, a question I do have is, will there be a soloist on Queendom Season 2? If you watch the first season of Queendom, you know that Park Bom from 21 was the soloist in the competition. So will they do that again? Personally, I like the idea of just having groups because I think having a soloist kind of sticks out in a way. If they did want to go with a soloist, however, I would recommend Boa. I know Boa's probably busy, but she's the queen of K-pop, and I would really like to see her interact with some of the younger groups. And I mean, if it's Queendom, it's performance-based, and Boa is that girl. She can sing, dance. She's literally an ace. I mean, just think about the choreography to her song Woman. I can see her doing some crazy out there performances in Queendom. So I think it would be really cool to see her in the mix if they do decide to go with a soloist. Now, a rookie group that I would love to see participate in Queendom Season 2 is Pixie. I'm serious, guys. I do not see enough people talking about this group. Now, like I mentioned before, they are a rookie group. They just debuted last February, but I think that they are so amazing and different and out there. I loved their debut, Wings. I also love their song, Addicted. They have this really cool, twisted, dark concept that I don't see a lot of girl groups do, and they do it in a very different way that's very them. It's not even just a dark concept, it kind of borders onto dark horror, which is even rarer in K-pop if you ask me, and I think they do it really well. I just love their image as well. Their choreography is really different and unique and enchanting to watch. So I could definitely see them doing some like really cool performances, maybe bringing in some of their dark concepts when they do their challenges in the show. I don't know, I'm just rooting for them. I would love to see Pixie. I know it's probably not likely because they're a very small group that just debuted, and I think that their fan base is very small. But in a perfect world, I would love to see them on the competition, and I think that they could really gain more exposure, which I think they need and deserve. Another group I would really like to see in the lineup is WJSN. WJSN, I'm not gonna lie guys, Super Yuppers by WJSN Choco Me has been stuck in my head since it dropped. That song is so good. I've been obsessed with it. And from what I've seen with WJSN, I mean, I don't stan them, but I did check out some of their music. I loved Unnatural, for example. They are really good at doing a lot of different types of concepts. Like you have Super Yuppers, which is very like fun and cute and girly, which I like. It's also very 80s retro. And then you have a song like Unnatural that gives you more elegant vibes. So I would really like to see them on a competition like Queendom 2 because I think they can really show us some of everything. They're very talented. They've been active for about 6 years too, so I would call them a little bit more seasoned. And I don't know, I would just love to see them in this competition and see what they have to offer. Now, another group that I would like to see is Idol. Now, wait a minute. I know some of you guys are probably like, Idol, they were already on Queendom. Why do you want them back? Well, to be honest, I don't really think that's a bad thing. Yes, they were on Queendom, but they did not win. Mamamoo ended up taking the crown. And And think about it, the boys won Road to Kingdom and then they came back for Kingdom Legendary War. So I think it would be cool to have Idol come back for Queendom 2, kind of give them a second chance to win, being that they didn't win the first season. And I also think this would be kind of like a redemption arc for Idol in a way. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I personally haven't heard much from them after the whole thing with Soojin happened last year, which was a mess. I know that Soyeon did have a solo comeback, but other than that, I think things have been pretty quiet with Idol. And to be honest, I'm kind of worried about them. I'm not sure what Cube is planning to do, and we know how sketchy Cube could be. So I think letting them return to Queendom and reminding people how well they did on season 1 of Queendom and how they killed it with some of their performances would be a great way to kind of bring them back into the spotlight, because I would hate for the whole Soojin controversy to kind of overshadow anything they'll do in the future. And like I said, I don't trust Cube, and I think this would be a great way to see them come back. We know that Idol's talented. I personally really like Soyeon. I think she's a great rapper, and she also self-produces a lot of their songs from what I remember, and I know that she showed a lot of that on season 1 of Queendom. So I would love to see them come back as a group, because I don't know about you, but I loved Lion from Queendom. It was amazing, probably one of my favorite songs by Idol. So yes, I would love to see them return for season 2. Once again, referring to the rumored lineup, to be honest, I would like to see itsy in the competition. A lot of you guys might not find that fair, like I mentioned before, because of the size of their fan base and because Queendom is kind of a way for a lot of smaller groups to gain the spotlight. But I would argue that you want to have at least one group that's really huge to bring in the viewership for the show and to make sure people are watching. And I know that if itsy is on this show, people are going to tune in. And let's be real, when it comes to dancing, itsy's got it. They are a very dance-focused group. Based on some of the performances I've seen them do in the past, I especially really liked their Mama performance last year. It was amazing. I'm sorry guys, I just want to see them do some crazy performances. I want to see them compete. So I would definitely like to see them on this show, and I do hope that the rumors that Mnet is discussing things with them and might potentially have them on the show, I hope those rumors are true. Now, last but not least, the final group that I would love to see on Queendom 2 is Dreamcatcher. I think Dreamcatcher would be a perfect addition to season 2 because in my opinion, they definitely have an underdog story. I was actually shocked. I had to remind myself when Dreamcatcher debuted, so I looked them up. They debuted in 2014, so that was about 8 years ago, and to this day, they still do not have one single music show win. And that shocked me. Now, I don't stan Dreamcatcher, but I do like a lot of their songs. I think that they're an extremely well-rounded group, and by that, I mean they kind of have it all. They have great rappers, great vocalists. I mean, Shion's voice is amazing. I also am a big fan of Dami's rapping too. And they also have an image and concept that, in my opinion, sets them apart from a lot of other girl groups in the industry right now. So it is pretty shocking to me that they still haven't been able to nab one single music show win. Personally, when Arai came out, I was hoping that would secure them their first win, but they have no music show wins to this date. I think appearing on Queendom 2 could hopefully get them more exposure, help them out as a group, potentially by helping them grow their fan base. And like I said, Dreamcatcher has just been in the industry for a while. I think they're very, very talented, but for some reason they are continuously overlooked. I don't know if it's because of their company or their management or what. I haven't really delved into their B-sides or their albums, but I like a lot of their title tracks, and like I said, I think their concept and their music is very different. I specifically really like the heavy rock influence that is consistent throughout their music from what I've seen. I think it's very refreshing because you don't really see a lot of that in K-pop, especially as a consistent theme. So I think throwing Dreamcatcher into the mix would definitely add some flavor into season 2's lineup. Alright guys, so those are my thoughts on the premiere of Queendom season 2, the rumors about the lineup, and some of the contestants that I hope to see on the show. Let me know what you think about the rumored lineup in the comments. Let me know what your dream lineup is for Queendom season 2. Let me know if you'll be tuning in to the show. And also, would you guys like me to do another series like I did with Girls Planet 999 and Kingdom Legendary War, where I basically review each weekly episode, let you guys know what happened, and basically give you guys my thoughts on each episode? If you would like to see me do something like that, like I've done with Kingdom Legendary War and Girls Planet 999, definitely let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe, ring the bell, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!